picks up 2. It's all gonna be on TJ now. 1v1 and Huntsmen win it.
So that clip is gonna have a completely different meaning in just a few minutes. Obviously, at first glance, that's just like any other game-winning search and destroy kill. So what? Envoy killed TJHaley. Yeah, what's the big deal? When you look under the hood, it was way more than that. To really understand its importance, we have to go back just a few years. So let's rewind.
Happy 2006.
Ah, much better. OpTic Gaming was built by Hecz, Hector Rodriguez, brick by brick. Starting in 2006, OpTic Gaming really was like a sniping team and quickly transitioned to be the face of competitive Call of Duty with players like Scump, Nadeshot, Big Timer, Merc, Rambo, Karma, Crimsix, Formal, and so many other personalities and players who came in and added a brick to the green wall, so to say, in OpTic Gaming's history. All these players, these personalities, they won a lot and they became a dynasty, winning a CoD championship in 2017. Over the years, the logo, the team, the players, the culture, it all began to mean something. But in 2017, things began to change. To expand into more esports and have more flexibility financially, Hecz sold the majority share of OpTic Gaming to Infinite Esports. At first, it seemed like the right move, a business move to make things work for OpTic, but quickly things started to change, and behind the scenes you started to see some signs that this wasn't going to work. And that was really highlighted when they announced the release of the Halo team, causing a huge ripple inside and outside of OpTic, really inside of esports as a whole. And when the franchise Call of Duty League was announced by Activision, I think Infinite Esports saw the writing on the wall. They saw that this wasn't going to work in the long term, and they felt like they needed to sell. So on June 12, 2019, Immortals Gaming Club announced the purchase of Infinite Esports, therefore purchasing OpTic Gaming. And they purchased a spot in the Call of Duty League soon after, and then shortly after announcing their franchise spot, OpTic Gaming Los Angeles. And a few months later, Hecz announced that he was officially leaving OpTic Gaming to join NRG as the co-CEO of their newly formed franchise, the Chicago Huntsmen. So that officially marked where Hecz lost the brand. It wasn't his anymore. OpTic was no longer OpTic Gaming, but he brought the culture, the people, and the fans with him to the Chicago Huntsmen. OpTic Gaming was left in a weird spot. It didn't feel like it made much sense for them as a whole. And to everyone else, it seemed absolutely impossible that Hecz would ever reacquire OpTic Gaming ever again, and that Nadeshot would even ever join the Call of Duty League. But Hecz promised to himself that one day he would own OpTic Gaming again.
I'm too lucky. I was like how can somebody be this lucky? Even like in the situation that we're in right now, where like I literally won't have OpTic ever again until I buy it back.
So there you go. Really, Hecz, Scump, Formal at the time, they were OpTic and they came along to the Huntsmen, and that culture remained. But the logo was always left behind. But real quick, we gotta pause the story on OpTic Gaming and the Chicago Huntsmen and talk about the other factor in this story, 100 Thieves. So obviously, Nadeshot was the face of competitive Call of Duty. For years, he was OpTic Nadeshot, the face of competitive CoD. After he retired after CoD Champs and Advanced Warfare, he went on to create 100 Thieves, a brand and soon-to-be esports company that he put together and created. And by the time Black Ops 4 rolled around, 100 Thieves was willing to hop in, and they signed a fantastic team and were one of the best teams year long. And they finished second at CoD Champs to E United when OpTic finished third. But like Infinite Esports, when the franchise Call of Duty League was announced, 100 Thieves didn't see the right business opportunity there, and they elected not to join the league. They couldn't justify the price of the city-based branding, they didn't like the branding opportunities, and they didn't like the price that they were gonna have to pay for the Los Angeles spot. So now we've got to fast forward through this Modern Warfare inaugural season of the CDL. Not everything went down to plan, but OpTic Gaming struggled throughout the year. Their brand was seen as fake OpTic. Their content didn't do well. The fans really neglected them. The fans were not loyal to the logo. They were loyal to Hecz and the culture of OpTic Gaming, and they all followed the Huntsmen to Chicago. The investment that Immortals thought they were making was nothing what they originally thought, but that all led to Call of Duty Champs, a $4.6 million event. And at the end of the day, it came down to a quarterfinals losers match. the winner would move on to the top 4 with OpTic versus the Chicago Huntsmen. But the money inside of this CoD Champs tournament, the 4.6 million, wasn't even what made this match so important. To really understand that, we've got to skip forward 2 more months and hear it straight from Hecz himself. So here we are in October, and the world was shocked. It was announced that somehow Hecz had reacquired OpTic Gaming from Immortals. They dropped an insane announcement video. It went crazy. Everyone lost their minds, and paired with that news, we found out that because Hecz acquired the Los Angeles spot as well as the OpTic Gaming brand, he had to sell that spot, and who else would buy that spot aside from Nadeshot and 100 Thieves? They announced that they purchased the spot, and LA Thieves was birthed from the purchase of OpTic Gaming. The real question is, how in the world was that possible? How did it go down? What were the factors that got it there? This all seemed impossible just a few months ago, and somehow the Hail Mary happened. What got them to that point, and where was the turning point in this story? Let's hear it from Hecz himself.
What would have happened if TJ kills Envoy?
I was talking with Blake and George after that game happened, and Blake was like, do you know that nobody knows this right now, but Dylan might have just killed TJHaley to save OpTic?
Look at how many eyeballs are going to be on next season for Call of Duty. We have Matt back in the league, which he should have always been in there. Like I think that he belongs more in Call of Duty than he did in League of Legends. That business works better with Call of Duty attached to themselves. You know what I mean?
And if you go back and watch that whole series, they fought. I mean, those 5, they don't even know. They don't know. They don't know what they did in that one series on that fucking god awful game that we'll all forget about. But damn, if that Arklov peak didn't go the way that it did, who knows?
I told Dylan. I spoke to Dylan. I told him the monetary value attached to it.
Yeah.
I told him the implications about it. He's like, holy shit, I didn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Thank God you didn't tell me.
Right.
Like, nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
You didn't even know. Blake thought about that. I thought about it. I was nervous at home. I left. I couldn't watch.
Right.
I left. Alternate universe, alternate reality. TJ wins.
TJ wins.
They go on to win it. The whole thing.
Right.
They go on to, because they were fucking hot.
They were hot.
They were firing on all cylinders. I do think in an alternate reality, they win.
Right.
They beat us, and then they go on to beat everybody else because they heated up.
Right.
The same way that Hecz heated up in that one.
World War II, yeah.
Yeah, the way that everybody heats up and anybody can win it at that point, I felt that they would have won. And at that point,
that's crazy. That's so crazy.
they win and they win a championship. It's like, why get rid of it? We're champions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes it more appetizing for you to be able to keep that. But it was scary, man. If we wouldn't have been, if Dill didn't save that game, he wouldn't have saved OpTic in a sense.
Now that you know the beginning to end, the full story, this chapter of OpTic Gaming and the impact that this all had, not only on OpTic Gaming, not only on LA Thieves and 100 Thieves being back in Call of Duty, but on the future of competitive CoD, on CoD Esports, the CDL, and the interest that having these guys back, with having the real OpTic Gaming back and having 100 Thieves and Nadeshot back in the Call of Duty scene, what that means for CoD Esports moving forward, it's unmeasurable. So with all of that in mind, let's watch this full round 11 back, and it's not even gonna feel like the same clip. The weight in this moment is insurmountable, so let's roll it.
And looking at round 11s this year, Chicago 9-2, OpTic Gaming Los Angeles 4-5. It's been all defense, and who is on the attack? It's gonna be OpTic Gaming. I don't think you go back to B here. It was way too telegraphed. The only thing that's worked for them has been that A execute. And it looks like for right now, they're going to start in the middle of the map.
One of the things they like to do early in the year was that mid-map pressure behind smokes, try to get into the second story of the B house. Priestahh spots him, but Priestahh gets smoked. He just gets evaporated. That's the first blood for OpTic. Now what can you do behind it? The utility coming in over the top, it's not going to connect. The opening in the defense is there for OpTic. Set up behind the
They're all
bar.
here. All of Chicago's here. They're all inside.
They're here
of
on the
bar.
cross. There's the first kill from Scump. That's going to be bombed down. The peek comes in from Hollow. What a gunfight when that is. It's madness inside of the B house. Scump just trying to finesse, trying to get the kill. Envoy going to peek from outside. The challenge is going to come in. Scump's got to reload. No one can finish the kill. Arsenes picks up 2. It's all going to be on TJ now. 1v1, and Huntsmen win it. Envoy gets the kill in the 1v1, and they move on. It's madness. What the heck was that round?
Oh my gosh.
So there you go, an insane clip where in itself, even at surface level, was important because of the money and the pride of winning and beating the fake OpTic. But at the end of the day, there was so much more riding on that match itself. And when you understand the full story, you can really feel the weight, the pressure, the excitement, and the relief when OpTic loses that gunfight and Envoy comes out victorious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, we do a lot of stuff around here talking about competitive COD when it comes to pro tips and breaking down CDL gameplay, pros gameplay, and how they play, learn from the pros, and predictions for the CDL, and so much more. So I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe, and if you guys want some other content similar to this one, I would also enjoy doing that. So of course, like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoy it. I really do appreciate that. But as always, guys, I'm your boy Salvation's League, and we will see you next time. I'm out.